I did consider going Blueface for this review, but then I didn't want to get called out as a racist. Yep, this is my here review for the Smurfs 2, Avatar 2. Let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to this review of Avatar 2. Now, I know that this film opened in the middle of December. I didn't go cinema to see it. Now, I'm expecting people in the comments going, oh, you had to have seen it at the cinema. I didn't want to see it at the cinema. I'm not a fan of Avatar 1. It's been 13 years between movies. This is a film that runs for something like 3 hours and 9 minutes. I didn't want to see it at the cinema, right? So I've waited until I could watch it on digital. I've watched it, and here I am with my review for you. So before I get into it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know what you can do. Subscribe. Why not? Just do it. Just do it. So James Cameron returns here with this Avatar sequel. Screenplay and story by himself, Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver. The film sees actors returning. Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang. It also stars Cliff Curtis and Kate Winslet, who actually apparently has done all her own underwater stunts, and she beat Tom Cruise's record for holding his breath under the water. He'd done it for 6 minutes in one of the Mission Impossible films. She'd done it here for 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Hats off to her for that. It wouldn't, it would help if I knew what character she played, but there we go. These blue monkey cat people, now fish people. I don't know who's who most of the time, but there we go. So this film here, this film, obviously we catch up with the character that Sam Worthington plays. Jake Sully is his name. Anyway, he's got a family now on Pandora. He's living there. He's got a couple of kids, few kids. The Sky People return. Sky People. He refers to them as Sky People. That I don't get, because he's of them. That's where he came from. Surely you'd still refer to him as humans or something like that. But no, he refers to them as Sky People. Let's get that out of the way. And the Sky People come back. They're no longer after unobtainium. I think that was the name of it, wasn't it? No, they're now after this goo that comes out of the brain of whales that is supposed to give people miracle life and de-aging properties and all this sort of nonsense. So anyway, the Sky People come back. They attack. Stephen Lang is back because his consciousness has been kept in case his body died, so he could be uploaded into an avatar. He's now into an avatar. He's got a kid of his own that's running around as a feral child on Pandora, who lives with the Pandorians, or whatever you want to, the Neri. Is that their name, Neri? I don't know. Anyway, they get attacked. They have to leave their home. They head to another part of Pandora, the sea part, the Hawaiian part, where the Hawaiians live. The fish people, the Pandoran fish people, who look a bit different. They've got sort of different arms, and their tails are a bit flatter to be able to swim underwater and all this sort of stuff. And thusly, we go through the same motions as the first film, essentially. And that's my biggest gripe. We go through the same motions as the first film. A rainbow is pretty, but it has no substance to it. This is Avatar 2. Yes. So, basically, I felt like I was watching the same film, story-wise, yeah? So, in the first film, you have Jake. Jake, he becomes an avatar, and he has to integrate and learn the ways of these people. Now you have Jake and his family and some other jungle people join the sea tribes, and they have to learn and adapt to their ways, much like he did in the first film. This means learning to ride their underwater creatures, which are practically the same as the sky creatures, right? there's a storyline with this big whale that's been outcast that everyone thinks is a murderer and a killer that his son sort of bonds with. Very similar in story to the first film, that Jake had to sort of win over this big dragony thing that no one else had the ability to. It's all the same. I'm watching the same thing. I'm watching the same damn thing, and this is my problem with this film. Now, this film looked wonderful. It looked great. I'm not going to detract from that. The special effects are awe-inspiring. What this film has done technologically and what James Cameron has done with it, and yes, I know I didn't see it in cinemas. I didn't want to. It's a great film in look and feel. But like I said, a rainbow looks pretty. I just felt it. The problem is I'm not engaged. I'm not engaged in this at all. I've got no interest in the world of Pandora, of the goings on of Pandora. And this stems from that very first film, because that very first film, whenever it is mentioned and someone says, do you like Avatar? I turn around and say, I'd much rather watch Dances with Wolves. And that is the truth. That's where my brain goes. You mention Avatar, it goes Dances with Wolves. Far superior film, but the effects look wonderful. They're, you know, I can't fault any of it. The film is vibrant, it's colourful, and this is I want to say that this film here, which has gone on to make 2,314,703, so $1,000, $2,314,703,000,000. 703,000. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's taken a hell of a lot of money, and this just tells you what audiences are like and what audiences enjoy. Yeah, be damned with the story. Doesn't matter as long as the film looks pretty. We're in. I'm not detracting from people that enjoy these films. I can't. My wife, I think she was in tears by the end of it. It looked like she was crying. So was I. 3 hours and 8 minutes. For different reasons. She thought it was a fabulous film, and she said, we're going to watch it again Thursday night. I said, like hell, are you? I'm not watching it again Thursday night. I'll be out the door. I'll be gone. My bags will be packed. I'll be off. Up the road. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Sam Worthington. I'm not a fan of him at all. I'm not a fan of his face. It's slappable. I think Sigourney Weaver played the young girl in it. I'm sure she did. Yes, she did, because she done underwater stuff. I sort of could tell that. I'm guessing that Kate Winslet, did she play the wife of Cliff Curtis, the Hawaiian pregnant woman? I'm guessing. I may be wrong. I don't know, because even when Stephen Lang popped up in his blue avatar, I was like, who's that? Who's this? Okay, is that meant to be the army guy? And my wife's like, yes. I goes, well, I can't see it. I don't look at it. I can't see it in him. And also the voice. I don't mind Stephen Lang, but some of the lines just, it's like your acting seems awful. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't a film for me. This isn't a film for me. But I can stand up and I can say, technically speaking, it looks like a marvellous film. It looks, but this is James Cameron for you. He's more interested in this. He's more interested in giving you what is like an episode of National Discovery. He's so involved in the look, the visual, that the story comes second to that, and that's highly unfortunate. It is. It's unfortunate this story rehashes the first film, just from a different perspective. It is the first film again, and I can argue that all day long, you know. But there we go. Just my review for it. I finally watched it. You know, I know it hit streaming, you know, a few weeks ago, and it was there, and I just couldn't get round to it. And finally, we did. Me and the wife, we did watch it. She wanted to watch it. I was like, okay, let's watch it. And to be honest, my attention did wane at times because I just wasn't invested. I wasn't invested in this rainbow picture. But there we go. It's AJ. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments down below on this film. I'm sure it's got its lovers. I'm sure that, you know, not, like I said, not to detract from you. It's all subjective at the end of the day. My thoughts are my thoughts. And I appreciate the opinion of those of you that do love this film and enjoy this film. It's exactly what it is. It's opinion. And there we go. We will have one, much like